any documented occasion when some yahoo claims that God has spoken to them, they're speaking to me, or they're talking to themselves.
To mock a thing, one must have knowledge of the thing. To mock a thing, one must have reverence for the thing. Kevin Smith grew up Catholic, but in one movie, he managed to both explore his faith and mock the Catholic dogma. I just thought it was funny. You want to know why? Let's break it down for you. I'm Meffistoe. Like, share, and subscribe because this is my review of the movie Dogma.
Guys, I guess just don't follow the fucking sky, you know? Beautiful, naked, big-titted women just don't follow the sky, you know?
If you're not familiar with the work of Kevin Smith, Dogma is a good place to start. However, the TLDR is that Kevin is an independent filmmaker that normally writes his own scripts, directs, and even have a bit part in them. Over the years, he built up this world that interconnected most of his movies, but not like the MCU or the DCU, but via his characters and his stories that appeared in several of his movies. His most notable characters are Jay and Silent Bob, where Jay is played by his best friend Jason Mewes, and Kevin plays Silent Bob.
Figure abortion clinics are a good place to meet loose women. Why else would they be here unless like the
But Smith always pulls ideas and scripts from his own personal world. Clerks was made because of his experience as a clerk in New Jersey. Mallrats because of his upbringing and his love for comic books, and same goes for Chasing Amy. But in Dogma, he brings something that is much deeper, his own faith.
Neither Loki nor Bartleby would ever be allowed back into paradise.
Were they sent to hell?
Worse. Wisconsin.
The story of the movie begins with introducing us to Loki and Bartleby, a couple of fallen angels that discovered that a cardinal in Red Bank, New Jersey is about to create a loophole that will allow them to go back to heaven.
Whatever you hold true on earth,
I'll hold true in heaven.
it's dogmatic law.
Meanwhile, Bethany Sloan, a worker in an abortion clinic, is having a crisis of faith.
I think God is dead. The sign of a true Catholic.
But her fate is about to change because one night she gets a visit from an angel and tasked with a very sacred quest to stop a couple of angels from abusing a loophole.
I'm to charge you with a holy crusade.
For the record, I work in an abortion clinic.
This starts a crazy race to the finish line to see who will triumph, Loki and Bartleby or Bethany with her accompanied prophets and an apostle named Rufus.
You masturbate more than anyone on the planet.
Everyone knows that. Tell me something nobody knows.
When you do it, you're thinking about guys.
Like most of Kevin Smith's work, this one is full R-rated. There's no sex or nudity, but the dirty language is flowing and the offensive words are flying all over the place. Through the story that is being told of this journey of Bethany, Kevin examines his own faith and the lessons that she learns, he learns as well, and we learn about his state of mind.
Do you believe in God?
Holy f***. All the fine and moral bitches out in front of the place and we gotta get the one Jesus freak?
On the surface, it seems to criticize the church and religion, but when you dig deeper, Smith is challenging the religion to go back to the faith, which he distinguishes from established dogmatic law. Now, I know that was a lot of cinephile bullcrap that most people aren't interested in. However, it is important because the movie is a full-on joke fest from almost start to finish. The amount of disrespect all throughout the movie is amazing, and it breaks down the entirety of the dogmatic law, and it's using it against the religion to make people laugh. Plus, from time to time, laugh at the people who follow it and don't really know why they do unless they saw it in a movie.
You people. If there isn't a movie about it, it's not worth knowing, is it?
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, playing Bartleby and Loki respectfully, play well off each other, and you can tell how much chemistry there are between those two, especially back then. And Linda Fiorentino seems to be an actress that stumbled onto this movie. She's doing a fantastic job throughout the movie, but opposite to other actors, she feels a little bit out of place in a Kevin Smith project. Chris Rock, however, has his arguably biggest role up to date, and he brings his own brand of comedy to the mix.
Jesus wasn't white, Jesus was black.
I don't buy it.
But the biggest name in the project is actually Alan Rickman, who brings a lot of gravitas to the role and the entire movie. But even he gets to have a little bit of a jokey and quippy lines.
Guess this means no more cheating on my taxes.
To say the least.
Besides the fact that this is a Kevin Smith movie in a Kevin Smith universe, it can be watched as a single movie. And if you take out the inside jokes, it still holds up as a hilarious comedy that breaks down Christianity in a very funny way. This is what happens in every good comedy. You take a set of laws and you break them down and find the funny angles in them to set up a crazy situation or a hilarious joke. But I do think that deep down inside, Smith wanted to make a movie for himself, but ended up making a really good comedy with a sideways criticism about religion. The performances of Rock, Rickman, Fiorentino, along with Affleck and Damon, carried it through the movie. And the Jay and Silent Bob shtick was, believe it or not, the comic relief of the entire movie. And from all of Smith's projects, they fit in this movie better than anything else.
I feel like Han Solo, you're Chewie, and she's Ben Kenobi, and we're in that fucked up bar. What about sex?
And as a side note, if you only seen Kevin's later stuff like Tusk, Yoga Hosers, or God forbid Jay and Silent Bob Return, do yourself a favor and go back 25 years and put on Dogma. I highly recommend it.
Rufus, is it?
Yes, Rufus it is. It's usually long Rufus, but it's a little cold out here, you understand.
I thank you for watching, and remember, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I'll see you on the next video.